So we meet again, Mr. Wormman.
So you've returned. I see you've noticed what I've taken from you.
Notice what you've taken. How am I supposed to not notice? You know what? Whatever. I'm just here right now to kick your ass.
You may try. Man, he really likes trying this move. Maybe I should try it. Yeah!
E3 2018. The big event full of video games. We got a bunch of reveals here, but who cares about any of those games when the biggest reveal here that could have happened. At least for me, anyways. The trailer starts, and it's about a game with some oddly almost real-looking characters and a big fucking tree with holes in it. But it's real unclear what exactly this trailer is for. But then we see the Capcom logo, and all the pieces are just being put together. A slight glimpse of somebody in a blue coat, and also an area named Redgrave, and yeah, it's pretty damn clear what this trailer is for, and not just that, but also it's pretty damn clear that this trailer is what a lot of us have been hoping for the past 10 years now. And then there it is. The sign on the side of the van lights up, and we see Devil May Cry. Specifically, Devil May Cry 5. And it looks absolutely fucking stunning. And for me personally in that moment, I am completely floored by the jump in graphics and gameplay here. Sure, there wasn't a DMC game for the past 10 years. Any real ones anyways. But to think that as soon as the series would return, everything would be so fantastic. The camera wouldn't be fixed, the graphics would be insane, and the sound quality would be so fucking crisp. It's genuinely incredible. But let's change perspectives here. Let's stop looking at me and turn this thing 180 degrees. Not literally. Let's look at you. Yes, you, the person watching this video. There's a chance that, if you're watching this, you likely haven't gotten into the series. Whether you've only heard about it, or you've seen a friend or someone else playing it, or you just haven't heard about it at all. There's a good chance that you haven't gotten the first-hand experience of the Devil May Cry series. But there's also a good chance that you might be interested in learning more about it and also trying it out. And hey, everybody has their own starting point somewhere. I mean, for example, I had my starting point many years ago. Yeah, I've been into this series for quite a while now. And it all started by watching YouTube boobs. And thanks to a family member of mine, I was then able to play the series from the very start of 1 to 3, then 4. I'm here today though to help you all out in getting interested in the Devil May Cry series and learning more about Jack Frost from the hit movie Rise of the Guardians, and also his homeless uncle and all the adventures they have in this series. It all started on August 23, 2001. The big old chumps at Capcom were working on the next entry for the Resident Evil series, Resident Evil 4. Things were actually going decently smooth, with Hideki Kamiya as the director for this installment. But something wasn't right. Something about this installment felt off. Something wasn't fully working. They fucked up. Yeah, so the higher-ups felt that because of the amount of changes that were happening to the game, it was feeling less and less like a Resident Evil game. Which is really ironic considering where the series went from there. But still, it was too action focused, the camera wasn't right, it just generally didn't feel like a horror game, and a change was needed. And so the development of Resident Evil 4 was restarted. But the old version of the game wasn't actually scrapped. Hideki instead asked if they could make an independent game separated from the series out of what the remains of RE4 was. And with that, after a few changes to the plot and our main character, Devil May Cry was born. From here, the series had a lot of success after the first game. The series had gained Hideki Itsuno as a director, who started developing for the games after the last few months of Devil May Cry 2, and with that, he and Capcom perfectly brought every game into existence and made them absolute masterpieces. And only everything after 2. Now, Devil May Cry. What is it exactly, you might be asking? And let me break it down for you. Devil May Cry, or DMC for short, but not to be confused with DMC Devil May Cry, which is a reboot of the series, is a hack and slash action series where you beat the ever-living shit out of enemies and rack up your combo meter until you hit the maximum rank of SSS, or better, as the announcer puts it,
Smoke is sexy style!
The story for the series follows our main Yahoo Wahoo pizza man, Dante, who is a half-demon, half-human person who opened up a business for killing demons specifically, called Devil May Cry, which at one point was Devils Never Cry, and then it went right back to Devil May Cry after the events of beating the hell out of his brother, Virgil, who is really in need of some power, and also really fucking likes using the word motivation.
Now I'm a little motivated. Where's your motivation? Show me your motivation.
And from here, Dante gets all sorts of requests to just kill some demons, all the way until Devil May Cry 4, where we have a new main character. Here's our new main character. His name's Nero. He has a cool engine sword. He makes shitty one-liners.
Who brought the marshmallows? 'Cause I'm bringing the fire.
That's fucking funny. And he even has a cool demon arm. And now, Nero is on his way to kick the ass of the dude who stole his arm, who is currently sitting in a big-ass chair. And that's it. There's a quick summary of the story. I hope you were able to take notes on that and everything, and yeah, this will be on the test. The plot, though, isn't the only great thing to talk about here, because DMC is about a whole lot of great stuff. So why don't we talk about some of that, shall we? First off, as previously mentioned, these games focus on some very combo-heavy action, and especially Devil May Cry 5. It might sound a bit scary from an outside perspective, but I can assure you now, this game won't absolutely force you to do combos. In fact, there's even an option in the game to just turn on auto combos, which, if I'm being honest, I can't necessarily recommend for a variety of reasons. While things may start off slow and you won't have a whole lot of moves to work with, over time you will get better with doing these combos, getting more moves, just generally getting a higher combo ranking. And really, I think that's part of some of the charm with the game. It's an odd way to show proof of this type of thing, but the biggest thing I can recommend that you look at in regards to this is the DMC5 combo videos. While not necessarily every single player can do these combos, they can give you a good idea of what you want to do with a combo, or what you want to do with the tools that the game is providing you. And with each entry of the game, the variety gets larger and larger until we hit the current peak of the series, which is Devil May Cry 5. 5 having different gameplay styles, as well as multiple different weapons that can help you get a lot more diverse with your combo. Now, other than gameplay, we have some fantastic characters here with this series. Dante is incredibly goofy and carefree, but he can have some real great serious moments in the series. There's Virgil, who both manages to be the coolest fucking character in the series, and also the dumbest because of his not at all cool quips. Nero, the man who likes to yell and swear a whole lot, but he also really likes to try his heart out to be as funny and good with his one-liners as Dante is.
Hey, jackass! Did your mother ever teach you it's not nice to steal?
Dude, seriously, you're not fucking funny. There's also Sparta, who we really don't know much about, but he's pretty cool. And the more important thing with him is that he woke up to justice. Now, that's only to name a few, but that's only to name a few characters, really, but this series is full of a lot of fantastic ones, and it's thanks to the writing that a lot of them work super damn well, especially in regards to humor. As much as it may seem very simple at certain points, a lot of the time there are some really good setups and one-liners thrown around in there. As long as said one-liners aren't coming out of the mouth of
Cool trick! Hey, do you do parties?
It also should be mentioned that this series has an absolute killer soundtrack, like every single game. And I do genuinely mean every single game has an absolutely great OST. And much like how we usually do with the Get Intos, I'll play a snippet from 2 OST tracks from each game, just right here for all of you to listen to. Oh, and also, we're gonna expand upon the whole soundtrack thing in a follow-up video to this video, so stay tuned for that. Now, I would highly recommend starting the series with Devil May Cry 5. While that may sound weird since it's the 5th, and currently the latest entry in the series, you can get a good but quick plot explanation for everything via the History of DMC section in the game. The plot itself will also give some explanations on characters and events that have happened in the series, if needed, so there's that too, of course. Once you're finished with 5, of course, you can very easily go back to the beginning of the series, as really, there's no bad games in the series. One bad game, but everything else is still really good. But it should be noted, you don't even really have to start the series with 5. There's a whole lot of other ones that you could start it with. Devil May Cry 1 has a lot of old game charm, and it may be interesting for you to experience the series from the very beginning and see how it came to be, along with see how it felt like for people back in 2001 playing this for the first time. Devil May Cry 2? Devil May Cry 3 is generally considered to be the best game in the series, at least pre-DMC 5, and hey, it's a prequel, so that makes it super easy to get into it. Devil May Cry 4, which, well, to some people it is considered weaker than 3, is still really damn good, and it's even an immediate introduction to Nero. So if you want to learn about him immediately, there you go. Hell, even the reboot, which isn't very good writing-wise, and honestly isn't very relevant at all to the plot of the series, is still really damn good gameplay-wise, and overall, maybe that's what you're looking for here. Overall, it's entirely up to you which game you would choose to start the Devil May Cry series, and really, there's no bad options. Barely any bad options. I want to end off this whole thing by bringing us back to that E3 trailer in 2018. This moment was something absurdly special for the community. Overall, it had felt like at first Capcom had just abandoned the series. That was it. 4 was the last game. Here's the reboot. It's not very good writing-wise. People hated that. That was it. But when this happened, this was something absurdly special. This felt like a proper return to form and a fantastic moment for everybody. This game exceeded expectations. Honestly, that's lowballing it. This game maximum exceeded expectations. Look at these reactions though from these people. This
What the? Whoa!
this could be you. This
You never had this much trouble.
Oh,
You gonna make it through this?
yes!
this could be you. This
Whoa!
this could be you. This could be you. You could be the person getting this much excitement from seeing DMC at events like this. DMC is a goofy, stupid, and corny trip of a series. It's incredibly stupid, and honestly, I'm sometimes amazed that it's made it as far as it has with being as silly as it is. But it's an incredibly fun experience that, quite honestly, no other game or series can provide, and it's absolutely a blast to go through, which is why I highly recommend you get into it. Hey fuckface, I'm back!
I really don't know why you came back. I'm 2-0 at this point. I have a completely flawless record against you.
Oh, you do. Or rather, you did. After what comes next anyways.
How the actual fuck? Nice fucking sword, weirdo. Where'd you get it? The sword?
Slay all.
No!
So, satisfied now?
I should have known that you would be the one to fill my dark soul with light!
I'm just gonna ignore that last part, but anyways, return what you stole from me.
You literally regrew your arm. How the fuck do I return it? Would you want a third one?
My arm? No, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know that it was stolen at all, which, I mean, now that I know you did it, that does make me a little upset, but I mean, I didn't even notice it was gone till now, and it's back, so that doesn't really matter. But I'm talking about the other thing that you stole.
Oh, that. It's over there.
Ah, cool. Thanks. Have a great day.